Hey guys, I wanted to come back and do this last part, which is a bonus called the pop-up shop. Why am I calling this the pop-up shop? This is me remembering something when I was in the midst of the heaviest part of the hustle part of deciding to create in my early years of being a creator. I remember I was in college, okay? And during this time, I'm going to tell you two things that you can do. One, me and a friend of mine had come together and we started going to events. The city I lived in, there was a local event that they had a artistic show and you could get a table. Why am I telling you this? You're a merchant. You are creative. Everybody wants to do an online store. Everybody wants to create a product-based brand. You can do that. Go ahead, create a product-based brand. Remember how I told you about samples? Go ahead and get your samples, but look at becoming a vendor for some of these events. Some events, I'm going to tell you right now, is going to cost you up to $300 to get a vendor's table at some of these events because they wanted certain payments for the location, the table, so on and so forth. And having the ability to sell, you have to get the license, the vendor's license. There's another license. I'm telling you what I know because I remember when I was trying to get one of my brands put together, I had to go to the courthouse and literally not just get the trademarking, but get the vendor's license. And the vendor's license, it's two parts to that vendor's license, and you have to pay something in relation to the tax of it and a secondary part in relation to actually getting the license and the amount of time that it takes for you to get that license. So that you can vend at a location. You can't say, I'm going to vend at a location tomorrow and think you're going to go to the courthouse the Friday before a Saturday event and get your vendor's license. That ain't gonna work. Number one. Two, if you have products, multiple products, we worked that event for that day for a series of hours. We got favor that we didn't have to pay the full cost, but we had to pay something for having our table out there. And when I tell you it rained twice that day, we got soaking wet, went back to her house, had to change clothes, had to come back and put the table back up. And guess who had to carry all of the stuff? Not her, me. So let me tell you something. You can sit there and you can create your products, but have a good product, have the ability that you want to be able to share your product, so on and so forth. I might even show snippets of other designers in here. Back when I was doing blogging that I used to talk about. And you want to start in that capacity. Now, what you can do, yes, go ahead, create your online store, make the customizable products. Why do I always say tell you first to make a customizable product? Because a customizable product, yes, you're going to have to pay the cost up front on the product being made, but you don't have to carry the weight of storing it. You don't have to carry the weight of shipping it. You don't have to carry the weight. All that's being taken care of because it's a customizable product. You don't know whether that thing's going to work yet. So you want to create something that you can quickly get out and create a uniform based SKU set of 12 so on odd products. With that being said, once you have created that, you want to, when you go to these types of events, catch this, you want to do pop-ups. Meaning, if you can get a mall pop-up, that's going to cost you. Check out your local mall, see if you can get a pop-up booth. Two, see what you want to do on a larger scale to getting pop-ups at your local stores, your Targets, your Walmarts, your what have you. That's going to cost you more, but just look into it, okay? Next to that, you want to be able to see where you can do pop-up shops. Pop-up shops are the hottest thing because if you're not in the same location, people know that there is an urgency to buy and they will come to you to purchase. And what you want to do when you have the people at your table, listen to me clearly, is set up pre-orders. Wait, what? Yeah, you want to set up, if you got a newsletter, get them on your newsletter mailing list. They want your products, so on and so forth. Get them on a newsletter. Number 2, you want to get them on a pre-order to order any of your products. Some of the designers that I've been looking at, just from my own personal knowledge, they sold a lot of their garments through pre-order. Secondarily, you want to, once you create your product, also go forth and find high-profile versions of something similar that you're already selling. When you do this, go onto social media and do link posts, meaning go on Twitter, go on Facebook, go on what have you, and post things that are similar to what you already are selling and talk about it. This will put you in the wave of whatever that product was. Catch it. And people will come to your site, your website, your blog, your fashion blog, your what have you, in order to come and gain whatever it is that they want to know in relation to that product. Now, with that being said, you want to make sure that if you are gaining influence to this level of capacity, you might end up, and remember what I said, I was going to the events. When I started going to the events, remember, I was at a financial conference and I met a bunch of fashion curating people. 7 to 9 different fashion curating people. 3 designers, 1 fashion marketer, another fashion blogger, that's 5. Then I had, it was like 2 others, a model, 6, and somebody else. And now you have people that you can associate yourself with. Maybe you might run into some influential people. You're telling them, bring out your cards, your calling cards. Also bring your tablets to these events so that you can show off your fashion website, so on and so forth. Be your walking calling card, baby. So people are be interested in what it is that you have. Because you run into one influencer at these events, let me tell you, that's where they flock to. And be at a fashion conference. Let me tell you something. When I was looking to build a label, I was buying books on labels. And one of the books that I bought on building a label, they talked about going to the fashion show. I told you my local location had their own version of New York Fashion Week. Get your butt into one of those shows. Save up if you've got to. Check your local Facebook pages on the local fashion events. Go to your local meetups, because if you get into those places, you'll run into fashion influencer. I was literally a fashion blogger for some of the local news location back when I got contact back years ago. Fashion blogger. Okay? So I need for you to take this point, because guess what? If a person finds out that your clothing is something that they're interested in because you have unique patterns, unique what have you, and they say, I like your style, guess what? You got an influencer. What if you run into 5 influencers? What if you're at a social media event and run into 5 influencers or more? And then you have a what? Pre-order newsletter. And you got your product on hand. And then people buy it off you on hand. You got some best-selling pieces. You got a piece that you want to sell big. Oh, Okay. I thought I would just throw this in here for the free 99 of y'all that want this. Because I just finished watching a video talking about somebody had made $5 million. 5 million. Million, not thousand, not hundreds of thousands. $1 million. Because they had a product blow up. I just gave you that sales strategy just because I wanted to be nice.